What the fuck? I can do this shit. Watch this.
Hey yo, what's C's? I'm here tapped in with Talk of the Town. Tune in.
Yo, you already know what the fuck is going on. It's your motherfucking favorite host, G Honcho, represent Talk of the Town, represent Mass Coalition, and we got another motherfucking episode. First and foremost, to the left of me, you already know who the fuck I got with me, my big brother.
What's poppin', world's poppin'? It's your boy Mega Magic. We're here for another one.
I think we kind of fucked up the seating because also to the left of me, it's usually he's in the middle, but this whatever. Far left. Introduce yourself, brody. Everybody already know who the fuck you is.
Rock City champion, man. You know what the fuck going on.
We got another episode sponsored by Undeniable Sound, the best studio in Mass and Lonnie's Land, the best weed in Mass, empowered by Undeniable Sound. We here, y'all. I'm a little nice, a little under the weather, but so the fuck what? Don't eat me up in the comments because I'll rash back. Just saying.
We're here to work.
You feel me? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Y'all good? You good?
Good, man. I'm good. I'm feeling good. How y'all feeling?
I'm feeling a little nice.
We're building.
A little nice. You
Got a
feel
little
me?
something in my cup.
The Casamimi in the cup. About time we got you on the show,
Hey,
man.
man, it's been a long time coming. That's for sure. That's for sure. I tapped in with you, what, like a year ago?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, some change ago, something like that.
One thing I'm gonna say, bro. One of the artists that actually, when I first started out, actually like tapped in, I showed support. Every time I reached out, he reached back out. It was just our fucking schedules just never aligned.
Yeah.
Never aligned. But it's a new year, so we have to start out with a motherfucking bang.
I ain't gonna lie, C stayed busy though, man. Even when you look at him last year, he was on mad radio shows, getting interviewed, dropping singles, doing features. He was all over the place last year.
Just trying to be, bro. Just trying to be. You gotta be. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put yourself out there. So that's what that's all about. It's the same reason I'm here.
It's offended. All about consistency, because he was just out on Franchise Report, what, just like last week it was? Was it last week?
Yeah, so I pulled up on Franchise to show some shit, get some feedback, you know what I'm saying? I respect their opinion, so.
I mean, before we start and everything else, why don't you let the people know like where you from, like what you repping and like what your music about and everything else and where they can find you.
I mean, it's simple and plain, man. C's, it's not says, it's not Ches, it's not none of that. I gotta make sure y'all niggas understand.
I feel that.
I mean,
Niggas be calling me Gizzy, bro. I hate that shit.
you know, it's funny, I've called you Gizzy before.
God damn it.
I've
We have a
called you-
compilation of people that call you Gizzy.
No funny shit. I think I ain't about to do a compilation. But
We
yo,
have a
it's
compilation of niggas
Jizzy,
calling you
nigga.
Gizzy.
Fuck. Damn.
Nah, man, I'm coming straight out of Brockton, Massachusetts. You know what I'm saying? A little hidden gem out here. Southside represented. Music speak for itself.
And I mean, I know you come from Brockton and all that, and you have a whole bunch of influences in hearing your sound. What was like when beginning to become a rapper? Like, what was your biggest influences?
I mean, of course, the music I'm listening to, but the people around me. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of musical influences around me and shit, so it was kind of just natural that I would pick up a pen type. So that's really what it's about.
And then being from Brockton too, I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of spitters out there.
Sure.
And especially when it comes to spitters, it's very diverse. Like there's people that sound underground, it sounds really, they also sound commercial. Like, how was it for you to kind of like find your footing into like the whole like diversity scene of hip hop, especially around like Brockton? Like, how did you like find your sound?
I mean, it took work. Studio hours, you know what I'm saying? Writing songs that I didn't like and, you know, putting that kind of time into it. But, yeah, finding my sound was just, it comes over time. You sit down and you realize you can't just make it off punchlines.
And speaking about punchlines, like I've done some like
about that too.
I've done like a lot of like homework, like history, like see like when it comes to your lyrics, when it comes to your presence, like you are a type of person like you show a lot of like nostalgia in your style. You know what I'm saying? Because not a lot of people that are artists go to a radio show or go to an interview, start busting out 16s or busting out verses. Like sometimes like even me being a person of like a historian of hip hop nowadays, I don't see people like really getting into that zone and really dropping that. So like, what drives you to still have that push of like having the punchlines, having the metaphors, being witty with the lines? Because some people would say that that's like died out now.
I mean, at the end of the day, like that's where it started. You know what I mean? Like I started as a punchline rapper, you know, motherfucking lunch table in school. You know, you had to have that shit. And exactly. Around that time, you know, that's really all that mattered.
Really
I'm old as shit. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. I was doing beatboxes on locker room.
It was like that. I mean, it was definitely like that. I don't fucking forgot the question. Y'all niggas don't put liquor in my cup, man. What was the question?
We get lit on this motherfucking podcast.
No. The biggest question was like, because like I've seen you when you go to radio shows, when you do certain interviews. I see you like drop some freestyles.
Oh yeah,
I mean, and not a lot of people around Massachusetts they do that. They go around flexing, give out their shout outs so then their album roll in with 50 people and that's it. But you got this like nostalgia thing about you when you roll through.
I mean, it's kind of because that's the shit that I listen to. You know what I'm saying? I came up on the fucking, you know, the Shade 4-5 freestyles and, you know, all of that shit, Rap City, and, you know, that's what you do when you go to these platforms. You showcase your bars, you showcase your skills, and, you know, sometimes I'll go and do it if it's called for. Sometimes I'll just come and kick it, just talk about the music, you know what I'm saying? But it comes from coming from that cloth and being inspired by those things that would inspire me to rap, you know what I mean?
And seeing that too with your freestyles, I was checking back like a couple weeks or a couple days off. My mind's somewhere else, but like you was on a live with Millie's. Yeah. And you was busting the freestyle, and I saw it
like yesterday.
Yeah, that was a couple days. 2 days ago. Yeah. Like literally, I saw the expression on dude's face. Like he was really enjoying it. Like, how did it feel? Like, did you have something prepared before? Or, like, how was it? Like, you just.
I mean, it was. Truth be told, I got a text from a friend. You know what I mean, shout out my man. He know who he is. Like, yo, go jump in the shit, whatever. And it's like, as a rapper, you got verses just stuck at the top of your head. So, and you never know if you're gonna get brought into those lives or whatever the case is. So, you always have one in the chamber type shit. But yeah, man, shout out to Millie's, man.
No, big shout out.
Real for real.
So, how did you start the whole rapping career? Because you know most people be like, yeah, I'm gonna be a rapper, I'm gonna be a basketball player, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But it seemed like you just had your mind set on.
I didn't start like really taking it like in the career sense until maybe like 2-3 years ago. Like I get a job and then shit, I got a studio session when I gotta go to work. What am I gonna do? You know what I mean? So at some point I was just like, you know what, fuck it. I can maintain this without the job. I'm gonna do that. Because I always went back to it. Like no matter what I did, I always went back to music. I might have stopped for a second, but then I get around my niggas and, you know, we start doing it again and it's like, yo, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we not doing this for real? You feel what I'm saying? So that was kind of what it was.
Let's talk even more about that because there's a lot of situations you have a lot of artists out there that are like part-time rappers, meaning that they got to work like a 9 to 5 or do something else and then I'll be on the weekend to drop something. Yeah. What was the difference for you being like, all right, look, I'm gonna put the job in the back. I got you like, yeah, I'm gonna put the job in the background and I'm gonna really focus on my career. Like, how was that switch? Because obviously, like, you got a family, you got priors and all that kind of stuff. So like,
I mean, you got things that, you know, you got responsibilities at the end of the day, but I think with me it was more like a belief that you can make something happen, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know firsthand, I'm not saying I'm the, I ain't even gonna say that, you know what I'm saying? I know I had the skill set to make some shit shake, and, you know, again, going back to believing in yourself, it's like, all right, if I believe that much, I have to believe it with the work, with the footwork, with the, you know, putting the music out. You can't do that. I mean, you can do it with a job, but it's gonna take that much longer, you know what I mean?
It's true.
So
did you feel like it was really like a grind, like juggling the job and trying to do the career? Because sometimes you didn't put your full focus on it.
Juggling the job and try to do music.
Yeah. It's definitely
for sure. Like to the point where I mean, shout out to Freddie, my old manager, come up to me and be like, "Yo, bro, you can't be at your desk right now."
Yo, and
you just can't.
And that's huge, yo. It's huge. Sometimes it takes another person to say that. And a lot of artists nowadays, they think that they don't need a manager. Like, how do you feel about?
Nah, I'm talking about like my the manager that I had when I was working
At the job. Oh, so he was telling you stuff.
Whoa.
That's
What
crazy.
type of job was it?
I was working at a dealership. I was working at a car dealership.
He told you you need to
So,
stop this and get in your lyrics?
Nah, cause
I'm saying,
I mean,
like, you're not really selling cars the whole shift, are you? Like, literally, are you? For real?
we ain't gonna get into that. I can talk all day about that, but nah, you're not. You're
Yeah,
not.
you should have time to write your
You're not.
goddamn. That's weird.
But you know, jobs is different, and that's another thing. It's like, bro, I'm trying to do something, and you want me to do this on your time. I can't do that. So now when shows is hitting me, and I gotta get ready at fucking 5, 6, but I'm working until 7, 8.
Shit, we gotta
You
do
know.
it when we have showcases. We just come out of work.
I mean,
Shit, I'm still on the clock right now. Oh God, like I'm not gonna lie. I work 3 to 11. It is. What time is it, nigga? Yeah. Dedication. Just don't show my job.
I like how you said 2 to 3 months, like 2 to 3 years ago, you really took it serious. Because there's a lot of artists like that been part-timing for like 5, 6, 7, 10 years. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, they have not gained the momentum that you have. Because if you check your track record of being on social medias and even your analytics, it took me like the last 2 days to really see what was going on. Like, you have a good collection of like networking with people that got good momentum.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like Exit Fame and being on Exposed TV, Museum TV, and all that type of stuff for like 2 to 3 years. That's actually real good. And like, and what would you say to like an artist out there to really have that momentum and drive? Because honestly, I was trying to look. I was like doing a little bit of homework with you, and I was trying to look like, what was he doing in 2020, 2021? You was doing so much shit in 2022. It was so hard for me to scroll all the way down because this dude was doing everything, posting everything.
Yeah.
You kept up the momentum. Like,
Yo, I got one funny ass question because right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah. No, but I was gonna say, what would you tell the artists to keep up that momentum and stuff? Because I seen you were busy last year.
You gotta put yourself out there, bro. Like, people gotta see your face. And keep seeing your face, you know what I'm saying, without it being redundant. I'm not saying go post the same song for a month and you're just posting a link for a month. Like, make content behind it, do a music video, you know what I'm saying, do drops for it, do this, that, and the third, because the people want to see something different. People's attention span is what,
Minimal.
10. They say a reel, you gotta make it interesting within the first 3 to 5 seconds.
That's true. Because you go on Instagram, you just scroll up like, up.
Yeah, so that's a testament to how, you know, short somebody's attention span is, or the average attention span is these type of days. So you got to give people something to see, and it can't be the same thing.
That's real number one.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Put yourself out there.
That's real number one.
Yeah.
Bro came on here dropping gems. Alright, so right, creativity wise, behind your video. So there was a clip that I seen in one of your videos. And you was in the middle of the street. You was sitting, like cars going by.
The
I'm like,
video.
bro, what the fuck
Yeah.
made you think, one, you crazy as hell. 2, what made you come up with that idea, bro? And then you just sitting there like, mind you, cars is just going by. I'm like, bro, this nigga is dangerous.
So I shot that video on the block that I grew up on and shit. And I don't know. Shout out to my peoples, man, but they always make a joke that I got this thing with like sitting down, taking pictures and doing videos and shit sitting down, or like being in the middle of the street. I don't know, I just feel like, you know, that's like, I don't know. It made you look at it like that though, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I did it. You feel me? Funny story behind that, I actually almost got hit.
Yeah, that's why I was gonna get into that. Like, bro, like,
It had to be a moment. It was like, oh, shit.
I'll show y'all. I'll show y'all later, nigga. That shit funny as fuck.
Was it your idea or the cameraman's idea?
I think it was an accident, nigga.
Nah.
It was supposed to, you almost get hit?
No,
him being in the middle.
Oh, I was about to say, that was an accident.
No,
Oh, nah,
him
nigga,
being
that was
in the
him, that was his
Truth be
video.
told, that was probably like a thought process between me and my cameraman. Shout out to Tunnel Vision.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Shout out to someone.
and you know, we put it together, but you know, you gotta take a risk sometimes. I do that shit, bro. I've done that shit. If you go back and watch some of my older reels, bro, like especially during Product of the Pain, I went to Elizabeth, New Jersey, and did one right out there in the middle of the motherfucking street, nigga. Just an acapella. Like, fuck it, why not? You feel me?
That traffic's crazy.
It is. It
Wow.
was
Like,
crazy.
yeah.
I did one in New York probably like a month ago, in the middle of the street. You feel what I'm saying? Me and my camera, me and my mans. I ain't even gonna call him a cameraman. I mean, shout out my man Showtime.
Nah, big ups to that.
Yeah, we about to start doing street performances everywhere. Fuck it. I don't rap though.
You gotta do something different,
Uzi.
bro.
Yeah.
Doing something different is what's gonna attract people because they haven't seen it before. When you give something that people aren't used to, it's like, hold on, wait a minute, what the fuck is this?
Nah, that's true. That's true. And speaking about wild shit, and also like skipping over to segue into like controversy, by Any Means Necessary. The first thing that popped up to my mind, you know what I mean, because I was a big, one of the first books I read was the autobiography of Malcolm X.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So the first thing that pops up in
You
my
about to
mind.
get deep.
Bro,
he's about to get deep.
he the one that opened it up with that time.
He about to get deep. It's not even that deep.
No, but that's the first thing that
deep
pops
moment.
up.
Ego.
Yeah,
Bang.
we have 100
Segue.
of those mega.
Right,
Segue. Go ahead.
No. But like,
yeah.
that's the first thing that popped up in my mind. Like,
Okay.
what was like the story behind like that title? Because like even let me let you know. For starters, like the promo behind that, like the clips and the videos, like the infomercial style shit.
Yeah.
That shit is dope.
Yeah, shout out to my nigga.
That shit is dope. Whoever like what's that shit was
Shout
real
out to my
dope.
nigga Showtime.
That's how
You know what
artists
I'm
is
saying?
actually supposed to work. They're not supposed to just send links and keep showing the video, but like having promo videos.
Right,
People
right.
being interested in it. And I'm not gonna lie, like going through it and seeing other people talking about it and you always ending it by any means necessary. That shit was fire. I ain't gonna lie.
That's my man work. You feel what I'm saying? Like if you he's involved in the whole rollout of it too and shit like that. But yeah, like to get to your question, it honestly wasn't inspired by Malcolm X.
Okay.
And you know, it's by all means necessary kind of a little bit away from that, but I came up with it because that was the headspace I was in when I was creating it. Like, I'm gonna do this shit by all means necessary. It don't matter what it take. It don't matter what it take. Like, I'm gonna get it done. You feel what I'm saying? So that's really the whole thought process behind it.
Nah, that's dope. That's dope.
I gotta get deep about shit.
Nah,
Bro,
if I
like-
see a piece of anywhere I can get
It's
deep,
like you're
if it's
that
spiritual,
old. You can find
intellectual.
something to relate to. Something out of your 75 years of lifetime.
I'm old.
To just, sheesh, no, he's competitive. Nigga, he said, nigga, that's what he needs.
I'm gonna get it done, no matter what.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, that's a good set. I can see like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. Like, it's gonna, you better, yeah.
That promo is fire though.
I appreciate that.
Real fire.
I appreciate that, man. That goes back to, you know, putting yourself out there. You gotta make sure that your rollouts for your shit, whether it be a single,
Brand
a
yourself,
music
artist.
video, EP, a fucking 3-pack, like make sure that you're giving something to the people that's not just music. You can still put the music in it, but visuals is what people want to see, bro.
And I see you dive into that and even go back to visuals as well too. You are a visually intriguing person because at the end of the day, I see that you always attach yourself to what's trending right now. Rather if it's a publisher that does a podcast or does newsletters or even an artist. So like even back in the day when I was saying like when Museum TV was really on their stuff, like you were there. You know what I'm saying? Exposed TV when they were really doing the freestyles in the mic
don't
era.
make it seem like
he
they're
was
not
there.
on their stuff. Like shout out to them.
Nah, shout out to them and everything else. Even the other
podcast beef, nigga. Like
So
No, but I'm being real. But I'm still giving them their flowers. They were rocking, but you was always around like the right people at the right time.
Right.
Even a couple hours ago, like I was just talking about you and I just opened up my Facebook. I see you have a picture with Exit Fame. I'm like, oh shit, this dude's everywhere.
Shout out
So
to
like,
your fam.
so like, what put you in the mind frame to be selfless like that? Because there's a lot of artists that be like, it's about me, it's about me. So they just do shit with themselves and their team. But I see you always showing love to other people, featuring other people, being with other people. That's consistent. So like, how do you know what's going on?
I mean, why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, really, why not? If it makes sense, why not? Like, people are gonna be, you know, these are connections that you have to make, especially when you're moving at this certain level that, or whatever level people may think that I'm at. Like, you gotta connect with these people that are also making their way up. These platforms that are also making their way up, because that's how you build your brand, their brand, and a relationship between the two. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of this shit is built off of relationships, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Networking is power.
Yeah, for sure.
Networking is
For
power.
sure.
They say the top 5 people that you know, it's kind of you. You know what I mean? It's what makes your network. So the top 5 people that you need to know is going to build you. So, and that's right. And I love the way that you work. And I'm not just saying that because you're here, just because I'm paying attention to like who you rubbing shoulders with. I'm like, all right, we moving in a way like, it ain't only about himself, but it's also about the culture.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the culture is always number one when you're doing music, bro, because that's what the fucking music's based off of. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there's a business behind this as well. You feel me? And that's what people, like, you could be who you are in your personal, but when it comes down to your business, Stop and Shop, Best Buy, whatever company that you could think of, do not get where they got to without moving out and branching off and talking to these people and getting in the right rooms with those people, and you know.
Nah, you're saying some shit right now, and the key word that you mentioned even before,
You're saying some shit right now.
branding. Branding. A lot of artists don't know branding.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of artists just put their name out, they put their song out, and that's it. Like, what are like the things that you do to keep your branding like relevant? Like top 3 things that you do to keep your branding relevant.
Ooh, I like that. I like that question.
That's a good question.
I like that. Hit that blunt, got alright, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow it up with something. Alright, I got you. Yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
I would probably say it will go back to that whole idea of putting yourself out there. You know what I'm saying? You get yourself a logo. You get yourself something that people can identify you with without your face being attached to it. And you put that into everything that you're doing, that's branding in itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, putting out consistent content is branding in itself.
That's true.
Because you stand out from, you know, the white noise or what people don't like to consider good music because it's not on a certain level. You know what I'm saying? Like, so content in making your face known and doing more than just releasing music is really what separates most artists.
You said a key word.
That's real number 2. That's real number 2. I'm dead ass, yo.
This nigga brought me up here
Listen.
for content clips.
Hey,
No, but that's what we are. I mean, like,
you gotta understand, bro. I work with a lot of artists, a lot of up and coming artists that don't really understand what they have to do in order to get to levels that you're at, exit fames at, you know, stuff like that. So it's just like I throw like showcases, you know, bro. Like, so it's just like artists have to understand, and they tune into this podcast. So it's like that's why I bring artists such as yourself, other people like Exit Fame. Who the fuck else do we have over there? Money Map, all y'all just, you know, to drop gems because one shot A's, like Fast Cools, like just to drop gems because it's like y'all, you feel me? Shout fast because it's like y'all are dropping gems and it's like they have to listen to somebody that's already more solidified than them, if that makes sense.
And you know how to carry on momentum. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how to carry on momentum. So it's always good to have a conversation with artists that know how to carry on momentum. Because there's a lot of artists out there, just because they dropped an album, they feel like the whole Boston or the whole Massachusetts is supposed to support them. But there's other things behind it. Like today, I mean, I don't know, we've been 30 minutes long. You mentioned like over 20 things that an artist need to do, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And artists don't know about this. They think that one day they just need a look and they need to just drop music. And that's just half the battle. You know?
So people don't realize, right? Like the way that is accessible as it is to upload music and shit, you gotta realize how much more saturated the market is. How many fucking songs do you think are released every year?
Probably like hundreds of millions.
You're competing with that many people. What makes you stand out? Like, that's why you can't just put music. Like, you could do it, but if you're trying to do something more than just be the average person that just puts out music, you have to put something behind it.
Look, Uzi's like, yeah, I've been telling niggas.
Yeah, you see Uzi shaking his head. Yeah, he's shaking his head.
Telling niggas, fuck. But nah, so give me 3 songs of yours that you love performing the most.
Shit. Y'all niggas got some good questions.
Appreciate that. Told you I had to follow up this big headed nigga.
Product of the Pain is definitely one of them. Richard died trying.
What the fuck was that? What are you drinking?
Damn.
Casamigos too?
And yo, no funny shit. Just based off of the performances at Fraud with me and Cuss. Cause that shit, it just it's energy. You know what I'm saying? Like those other two are album cuts. Those are, you know, I mean that shit for the streets. Fraud for the streets.
Okay. Hear that. I'm not taking no shot. Oh yeah, we pouring up. You about to take a shot? Yes, sir. Yeah.
Y'all got me started off.
Yeah, let's take a shot. Yes, sir. Cause we got more questions.
One of the things I wanted to mention.
Let us take a shot first.
Yeah, that's it.
Don't hit me. Yes, sir.
Sir.
Oh shit, Uzi.
Shout out to the camera. Yo, shout out to the
Yes,
crew.
sir, y'all. You feel me?
Yo, can you do a quick introduction for the guests, please?
They can't see him in the camera.
But stop.
They haven't even
I
said
feel
shit.
wrong that they haven't been introduced. I just feel wrong.
Regardless of nothing, man, off
I got
camera,
love
I
for the
got
team.
my man Cuss Words. You feel what I'm saying? The bully MOR, big MOR in the motherfucking building. Got my man fucking Scotty P, Chachi, you know what I'm saying? Sitting in the motherfucking cut. Make sure y'all go check out Nerves by Chachi, Scotty P. You feel me? Make sure you go check out Fool by Cuss Words. You feel me? We all working, I promise you that.
This week I play it back.
And since you
I
mentioned,
play it back.
I ain't gonna lie, since you mentioned in the team and everything else, like a lot of artists,
Yeah.
they don't work with a team. How important is it to have a
That
team
shit's
behind
essential,
you?
bro.
I mean, like, cause sometimes we have artists come here, they be coming here dolo or something like that. They don't have nobody supporting them. They be coming to shows and it's just them and their girlfriend.
A lot of people want to go with the facade that they did it by themselves, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yo, I made it on my own. Like, even independent isn't independent. You have people that help you along the way, you know what I'm saying? So your team and the people that are working behind you to keep that engine running, they're just as important as the front man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't have a lot of content done if it wasn't for my team. You feel what I'm saying? I wouldn't have had certain songs that built my buzz before the buzz was what it was if it wasn't for my team. You feel what I'm saying? Some of those videos wouldn't look good if it wasn't for the team. Like, the team matters, bro. That's like the heart of the operation.
That's true.
You can't just be the conductor and shoveling the fucking coal into the engine at the same time. It don't work.
Yo,
It don't work, bro. Like,
he ain't fucking
you gonna
lying,
miss a
bro.
step.
That's real number 3.
Yo, I love that analogy.
Hey,
yo.
yo.
I love that analogy.
That's
yo.
hard.
That analogy is dope.
That's definitely hard. Alright, so if he was to do a versus with anybody, I asked Fast Scoop this as well. If he was to do a versus with anybody, alive or dead, mainstream, who would it be?
Nigga, what the fuck?
Yo, why everybody do that? Yo,
Nah, because like, I be wanting to know.
he looked at
because,
niggas. He was like, "What?" He was like,
Hey, yo, fam,
"What the
bro,
fuck?" Yo, you gotta run that back. We need a clip
Like,
of
nah.
them doing that.
Hey, yo, not for nothing, bro. You talking dead or alive, so I feel like you talking like, you know, the high level of this shit that I'm doing. And honestly, nigga, I ain't got nothing to compete with these niggas right now. You feel me? My name's not being mentioned in those circles, so I wouldn't dare say I could step into some type of circle with any kind of artist that's, you know, that's just me.
Yo, this
Like,
dude's so.
maybe that's too humble, nigga, but
This dude's humble as
Nah,
shit.
I respect
Yo,
it.
I gotta love it.
like,
I respect
I'll
the shit out of it.
give y'all this. I'll give y'all this. Like, and this my dog. But because there's a local circuit that do the versus shit, bro. If we were to do a versus locally, I would do it with my man Honey Round Cotto. That dog. I mean,
Hey, when you hear that? Nah, I'm playing.
I already talked to the brother. You know what I'm saying?
That's my
Like,
dude too.
but
So I got fed.
to answer your question, that would be what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Like,
That would be crazy.
Cotto go crazy, nigga.
No,
My boy
Cotto-
been going nuts.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
go
That nigga
crazy.
been going crazy right
Yeah,
now. That
yeah,
nigga hit
bro.
channel what? Channel 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Solid dudes, yo.
He's talking
Solid
about-
dudes, yo.
That's my guy right there.
Yo, big shout out to 100 Rounds too, man.
That's looking lovely right now.
That's crazy. Alright, so if you could change one thing in the hip hop industry today, what would it be?
That they take away any bias that they have about Mass and look over it. That shit would be, nigga, what?
And when you say that too, like, what do you think is Mass's biggest downfall when it comes to
They
like
think
the
it's
hip hop
not.
industry?
They think it's nothing with white people out there, bro.
No, but what is our downfall? Never mind anybody outside.
Nigga, that is our downfall.
They-
White people. No, I'm just
Nah,
kidding.
I ain't gonna say that. There's a lot of things.
They buy tickets to our shows. Keep coming to our shows, okay?
Hey, I love y'all.
Come on, white people.
There's a lot of things that factor into that.
What did little baby do?
You know what I'm saying? I minimize it down to like politics within the Massachusetts region as far as like artistry goes and shit like that. Like there's a lot of inner politics that, you know, certain people don't fuck with certain people. Not even just artists, you know what I'm saying? Like it just be like that. So I think if we were able to get off of that for the sake of the business, I think that would move us. And that's not even to say move us, because we're actually in a better space now
And even 10
than
years
I
ago.
think we have ever been. Like
Yeah,
shout out to the niggas that fucking came before every last one of us.
And we got Grammy winners and stuff
But
nowadays.
I think that, you know, I think that
Grammy nominees.
the Mass scene as far as music goes is in a very fucking dope place. You got niggas like Stiz, Beer, fucking Join 'em, Millies. You feel what I'm saying? Like all doing their own things. You got fucking Bjorn, bro. Like them niggas is popping right now.
So you mentioned 5 different people. One out of those 5 different people are still repping Massachusetts very hard, and the other ones are basically they're making a bigger succession outside of Massachusetts. My biggest question is, do you think, as a Massachusetts artist, do you reach a certain plateau, and are you forced to leave Massachusetts to get famous, or do you think it's possible for a Massachusetts artist to get famous? Because to be honest,
It's definitely possible.
is that, to be honest, any of those artists that you kind of mentioned,
Alright,
everything
hold on.
else has not got.
So that's a 2-part question.
Yeah.
What was the first one?
That was a two. I told you you
That
been
was
doing
a
that.
two-part.
I do that a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
yeah,
I'm like so
bro.
into the
This
conversation.
nigga's like an ELA teacher. That shit, bro. Like, that's crazy.
No, Marsh, man. No,
Now, say a 2-part question.
All right, cool. All right, so compared to do you think if you hit a certain plateau as an artist, do you have to move out of Massachusetts to get famous?
I think you gotta move out of Massachusetts before you hit that plateau, period, bro. I really do. Like,
But you don't think that like people like Joyner or even Cousin Stiz and all
Them
that, they
niggas
hit the
move.
plateau. No, they hit a plateau in Mass, but they got like Grammy nominated when they left and went to Cali and went to different places.
But
and stuff.
I get in you know, not no disrespect to how they got it and shit, but I guarantee if you would have asked them if they would have ventured out sooner, they tell you yeah.
I mean, shit, I wouldn't blame them. I wouldn't blame them. That's why I said.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But do you think it's possible for a Massachusetts artist one day to just blow up being here without going to Cali, without going to New York, without going to places? Do you think it's possible?
I mean, unless
He said-
fucking
He said, nah.
I won't even say nah. Unless we start opening up the market and you know stop. You know, there's a lot of politics, bro. Like, there's a lot that goes on behind this whole Massachusetts music scene. So it's like if everybody put all of that bullshit to the side, like, yo, we all for this cause right now. We're trying to get Mass exposed for more than just what people know us for. You know, and it doesn't matter who go. We just go. Like, bro, the arguments between these people that are on right now, that's why some of them go and don't rep Massachusetts anymore.
I mean, because it.
Because
Let me not go in.
but I hold on. I do that air quotes because they'll still tell you they're from this place. Coil Red went through it. Fucking Joyner went through it. Millie's went through it. Busy B is going through it. They're not from Boston. you know, I'm not gonna say Cousin Stitch because I don't think it's ever been a question whether or not he was or not.
Nah,
You
he
know
is
what
from
I'm saying?
Boston.
Like,
But I ain't gonna lie, he did.
these other
get
artists
famous in LA.
Phil's corner.
are getting.
No, nigga, no, he did not get famous. What are you
Bro,
talking about?
when you look up his deal and everything else, we're not gonna have a whole episode talking about Cousin Stitch. But I know it, bro. I study who these people are signed to and where their big hits get. That's a different conversation for a different day.
Nigga.
Cousin Stitch did not get. You think he got famous in Massachusetts?
You know what? You know what?
This nigga's
Finish it.
crazy.
You know what?
Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
He had a whole buzz.
I don't even put. That's why I don't want to have the conversation.
Yeah.
He had a whole buzz before he left. Whatever, nigga.
He had a local buzz, bro.
You were
We're not doing
39 and a
that.
half
Listen,
years
listen.
old.
I'm 39 and a half years old and I know more than your little ass. Nigga, shut up.
That's not even a word.
But alright. So go back to the question.
Yeah.
Do you think it's hard for artists to get famous in Massachusetts, or do they have to venture out?
Yeah, there's no, bro, like, besides the artists that I just mentioned, and, you know, a few DJs and promoters that are doing it right, bro, there's really not many people out here that are putting on for other artists and match, you know what I'm saying? As much as niggas might talk shit, whatever the politics is, these people are putting people from around the city on songs or you know, giving them parts in videos or whatever the case is. Like, that's a contribution to your space, to your. You could easily go to fucking LA and find the picture perfect model, but you putting somebody from the city in your video. Like, people don't think about it like that.
That's true. That's true. And on a lighter note, I mean, just not to stay on the topic a lot, like, as an artist, us being promoters and artist management and being artist consultant, director, producer, stuff like that, like, what is the biggest tip that you can give to us to, like, kind of give artists out here more, like, support? Like, what can we do other than just sharing music and all that type of stuff? Like, what would you tell us?
Be different, bro. Be different. Find something that is gonna. Not saying different because truthfully, like, there's nothing under the sun that is different. Everything's just a recreation of something that's already been done. But make it yours. You feel what I'm saying? And make it interesting, and people are gonna gravitate to it, bro. And focus on who does support. Don't focus on who don't. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I think that was one of my biggest problems in the beginning of this shit. Is like, yo, niggas ain't clicking on. Like, I got some dope shit. Nobody trying to hear this. Nobody trying to see this. Like, nah, never mind that. The people that do support are the ones that, you know, matter the most, bro.
That's true.
Their support could be worth more than 3 supporters. They'll probably buy merch where those 3 supporters are only streaming your music. You getting paid pennies on the motherfucking dollar. You know what I'm saying? Like, value what you got and believe in what you have, bro.
Nah, that's deep.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, like, Talk of the Town's a dope platform, bro. Yeah, the space that y'all got here, and we just had conversation about it off camera. Like, fam, shit that y'all got going on is dope. Believe in that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Know your worth. And put out quality shit. Put out shit that people want to see, people want to hear.
Like this interview.
Yeah, like this motherfucking interview.
Just had to throw that in there. You shout out Undeniable Sound, you feel me? So, you know what I mean? You know? But nah, question. You're an artist.
Yeah.
Would you rather perform in a big room or a small room? And why?
Honestly, I haven't performed in a huge room, so I can't say I performed in a big room. I can tell you that I've taken a small space and put a big crowd in it, and it's more intimate. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
I feel like people
You
listen to
get
music
you
more.
you get your music across those people that small crowd of people that showed up, and I'm not talking small like 25. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, 80 to 100. You know what I'm saying? Like, you put those people in a nice intimate space. They're gonna receive what you're saying. Your music's gonna be worth something to those people that showed up for you. So I'll probably go with small space.
Okay.
I like how you said that because a lot of people that we interviewed before was like, yeah, Madison Square Garden.
Don't get me wrong. Like
people always say big spaces.
Like I'm one of
When
them.
you break that down,
I'm one of those artists that
sense.
watches videos. One of those artists that watches videos, right, and sees the crowd singing the artist shit. Every time I see a video like that, I get chills.
Word.
So I'd be lying to you
That
to
is
say
dope.
that I wouldn't. I'm not waiting to do some shit like that.
Speak
But
that
you
shit
can get
to
that.
existence. Let's go.
I'll tell you this: you can get that same feel in a small room.
For sure.
That's a fact, though.
You can get a crowd of 80 to 100 people in a small room that are gonna listen to your shit and get that same chill.
It's gonna feel like it's 1,000 people.
Real shit, bro.
You ain't even lying.
Appreciate what you got, bro, and appreciate the people that fuck with you, because those are the ones that are gonna take you to the top. For real.
He dropping gems.
More advice.
Real number 4. Hey, yo, so what's coming for 2023? I know you just dropped some joints. I know you're gonna drop some
Yo,
more
no
shit.
lie, like
you're just consistent. I don't know
I've
what
kind
to
of been in a
expect.
space where it's like I'm not even talking about what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do
Just
it.
gonna do
You
it.
know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
I ain't gonna slight you. I got some shit coming.
He about to drop like 6 albums in a month.
I have some shit coming. I got, you know what I'm saying? Another thing that I'll tell niggas, man, plan your shit out. An idea is more than an idea when you write it down. You feel what I'm saying? Like when you plot your goal out and you write it down on paper or you put it in your notes, something that's gonna be there in your face, bro. You gonna get it done. Because you're gonna go back to it and be like, shit, I didn't get this done, I ain't get this done. Alright, let me get on top of this. Feel me? Like, but there's gonna be a lot of work coming in 2023, I promise you, bro. The whole team working, man, like, shit's nuts, man. Shit's nuts. I feel something. I feel something for Mass. And I think that's the real exciting part, is because I'm a part of it. As a region, I feel like, again, we're in the best space that we've been in. And everybody that's really trying to do this shit is working to their full capacity.
That's true.
So if everybody that think that they want to do this shit start working to their full capacity,
It's a rap.
come on, man.
It's a rap. Hakuna Matata, motherfuckers.
Cool, but tired. Hey, yo, can I just say I appreciate y'all niggas for not asking me who my top 5 favorite rappers are. And no, you can't ask me that, though.
That probably would have been one of Jesse's questions too.
It was gonna be one of my questions. No funny shit. It was gonna be one of my questions,
Don't
but
ask me that, bro.
I felt like you probably get asked that a lot. 1, and then 2. I feel like I asked that a lot, so I don't want to ask.
I always try to
that.
test your knowledge in the industry, your momentum, and what's going on,
But-
and stuff like that, because you do have like the way that you. So simple questions don't apply to you anyways.
I could put a twist to it though.
Alright, bro.
I could put a twist to it though.
What's up? What you got?
Kool-Aid with the
What's your top 5 local artists? Nah, I mean,
I'm gonna be serious. Like, are we talking local or are we talking about just Mass in general?
Mass
in general.
Mass in
Mass in
general.
that's what it is.
It's simple. Joyner, Bia, Millie's, Stiz, and C's.
It sees.
That's valid.
That's round number 5.
What can
I
say?
love it.
If I'm being honest, like who the fuck else am I gonna say?
It could be like go to dialing like C's.
Yeah,
Hey, yo.
okay. Alright.
Nylon spit hot fire.
That's fine. But nah, that's just like, and it's not a slight to anybody that's working, really, for real. Like, first of all, I'm supposed to say that. You're supposed to put me in
No,
there.
of course.
You feel what I'm saying?
Come on, being a rapper is like a gladiator sport, man. It's the modern day gladiator
Nigga, you
sport.
ain't a rapper? Spit some right now. That's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
That's crazy.
That would have been real. That would have been real.
That's crazy.
Come on, man, you're my brother.
Whoever see that episode episode of what was that episode of when that dude got beat up on the thingy?
That was
He's like, nigga, you a bitch.
crazy.
You a little bitch.
He's like, stop being a bitch.
Nah, that shit would have been crazy.
WWE, nigga.
No more Casamigos for you, nigga. Yeah, no, yeah. I can't. I don't know why you got that one. Why you prefer that one to the? That's the best.
That shit like has like a vanilla taste to it. You know, like,
Fuck all that.
I want to like review tequila when I get older. That's something to do.
When you get older, bro, you're already older, bro.
Shut the fuck up.
What are we talking about here? What are we doing? Nigga said when I get older. Fuck,
You act like I'm down tomorrow.
you're already older, nigga. Like you got 2 ERs in that motherfucker. Like,
Add another ER. I'm talking about the other ER.
hey yo, nah, no funny shit.
Man, shit.
Hey yo, so alright. Favorite munchie to eat when you high?
Gushes.
That's different. What the
I ain't
fuck?
gonna lie, bro. Like, I don't know what it is about it, bro. I don't know.
Bro said,
It's candy, bro. I got a sweet tooth. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
I gotta go with cereal. I can't do no
Cereal?
like,
Nah,
that
like,
shit.
yeah. I'm like a Sour Patch guy.
Nah, I could fuck with the Sour Patch.
Well,
shit.
alright, cause niggas be giving too much leverage. What's your number one? You have to pick one. So think about it before you fucking answer this question. What's your number one cereal?
Oh shit.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I'm sorry.
Oh
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
shit.
That's just
What
easy
you
for
got?
me.
What you got?
It's overrated.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Thank you. That shit's overrated, bro. Like, nah, you bugging. Yeah, out of all the cereals ever made, nigga, out of all the blunts you ever smoked, you thinking about you bugging.
You said
I know
cereal.
why-
I'm not
I
a
know
cereal
why he's
guy.
saying that, though.
I'm not a cereal
I'm
guy.
gonna get niggas answer. I'm gonna get niggas. I know why he's saying that though. What you got, bro?
Damn.
What you got for cereal?
I'm gonna go Fruity Pebbles, bro. Word. Yeah.
It's just trash.
You're bugging.
Hey yo, Mook, you gotta let me know, bro. Shout out my nigga F and M Mook. You gotta let me know about this nigga and his cereal taste, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
You're bugging.
What you? Come on, bro. What you got?
All right, what
You
y'all
can only
got?
pick one, bro.
Like I said, I was like,
Apple Jacks?
I'll pick Fruity Pebbles over Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Like,
Thank you. You wild.
Pebbles over Cinnamon Toast.
I mean, like a close second.
He's in a close.
It's right there,
a
bro.
close
It's right
second.
there.
What you got, Ooze?
I'm going with the captain.
Yep.
Oh, you don't like the roof in your mouth, my nigga. That shit hurt.
That shit, see, hold on.
That shit
Hold on.
hurt.
Hold on. He's gonna tell me what
All
type of
that
nigga he
up
is
right
right
here.
now. With the berries or without the berries.
I mean, I could go either or, but I actually like it with the berries more.
You want to be a regular nigga? He said, oh.
Nah.
What, you like it without the
Nigga, what's your cereal?
I fuck with it without the berries.
What's yours?
Niggas gonna fuck. Niggas gonna clown, but it's for the same reason that niggas picked Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I'm gonna go with Honey Nut Cheerios.
Man, but that's a classic.
Nah,
top
that is a
three.
classic. You can't get
That
mad
is
at
a classic top
I'm gonna
three.
can't
go with
get mad
Honey Nut
at that.
That's a
Cheerios,
classic
bro.
topic. The
You
whole
can't go wrong with that shit.
the whole household could eat it.
But I'm not getting a whole.
That's the type of cereal everybody can eat in the house.
Bro.
I'm not getting a whole.
Man, should Frosted Mini Wheat stuff.
Nobody eating that shit, nigga. What?
Nobody.
That's not witch shit,
That
nigga.
shit. You said frosted mini.
Nigga, that's why I'm fucking with
I was a trench baby, nigga.
You ever had the frosted
You
cereal?
gotta put extra sugar in that
I'm
shit.
Nah, that's
Nigga,
what
you still got a
I
sweet
feel like
tooth.
they did too much, bro.
What?
Bro, the mix. Come on, man. I'm not going.
That's that grown folks cereal.
You know what? The honey bunches of oats.
That's that shit right there, though. That's that shit right there, though. Add a little bit of
If
sugar.
you got old people in the house and they get WIC or something like that, that's what they getting, nigga. They getting the checks.
Little bit
The
of
checks and multi-grain, the honey bunches and oats.
It's busting, you know,
I like the the other ones is busting too, the blue bag. Yeah, but I like the yellow ones
with
the
the
best
shit you gotta add the water to. Nigga, come on. Stop playing.
Hey, yo, it's so crazy. I gotta, alright, so you shout Pete's Pop. You gotta get some fucking, some snacks.
No, he said crispy.
Nah, if niggas
That shit disintegrated as soon as the milk touched
If
him.
niggas is real niggas, they know about Fruitios. They know about Fruitios.
Oh, yeah,
My mom
definitely.
used to get the big bag.
The big bag.
The big bag.
That shit was like $1.98. Nigga, what you talking about?
It was $2. Had a big bag of Fruitios.
You said that the Count Chocolates.
Hey, yo, bro,
Hey yo, niggas had a whole 5-minute segment about cereal.
Hey yo, hold on. You shout out Pete's Box because we gotta grab one of the mystery boxes, folks. I know you got the crazy snacks.
Oh,
You
yeah.
gotta
Dang,
need
I
some
might
of them
judge you
shits.
by what
So
type of
you shout out
cereal
Pete's Box. That
Nah, that's
shit's
offended.
Next episode.
I don't think it's gonna. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
If it's here by
So
then,
I'm
I hope it
comfortable.
is.
Nah,
Well, he ordered the package. I just want to snack. Look,
We're gonna test it out.
yeah, niggas is hot. Niggas just have like a whole 6-minute conversation about cereals. Everybody's all disgruntled right now. Niggas like, nah, nigga, how you go with
What
that
cereal's cracked up? Reese's Puff is fucking cracked too.
Hey yo,
Ain't gonna lie. That's a sleeper.
one? And now we're about to
Funny shit,
continue.
if you talking
It's a
about-
sleeper.
If you're
It is
talking about
It's a
munchies,
sleeper.
they good for munchies.
Yeah.
You feel
Even
what
without
I'm
the
saying?
milk,
Like-
you just eating like that.
Hold on, wait. Why nobody say, why nobody say Frosted Flakes or nothing? Like, niggas don't fuck with these
Frosted
flakes?
Flakes slept on.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
it's
lie.
top
top
5 with the
five.
flakes.
That's
It's
how
not fuck with the
Frosted Flakes
tiger.
slept on.
It's top 5.
Oh, crazy.
It's top 5. I feel like there's a section for all that type of
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah, like,
Like,
there's a
Frosted Flakes would be
category
like
for
with
it.
honey bunches of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like the
yeah,
fucking,
yeah.
what did you say? The
Frosted mini wheats.
This nigga mini. That's not no.
That's not in the conversation.
It's like my little
But
raisin
I feel like
The
Frosted
strawberry
Flakes
one,
go
though.
that category.
Razor brand,
No
razor
funny
brand,
shit.
The strawberry though.
lunch,
Strawberry
that shit bust.
The nah, that crunch is a remix.
Nah,
that
Raisin,
don't count.
Raisin
Talking about
Bran
the regular
is a-
Raisin
yo,
Bran.
Finn,
That
if
shit's
mine on flying, Raisin Bran is a cereal that you eat when there's no other cereal and you gotta add sugar to it like you do with regular
That's
Cheerios, bro.
Yeah.
That's a
fact.
bar, first off.
I used to have
Nigga,
bananas.
I just realized that as I was saying that that's
This nigga
a
just pissed
bar.
off. It's lit. It's lit.
I ain't gonna lie, with the Raisin Bran, like when I was
Crazy
desperate,
freestyle, nigga.
when I was desperate with the Raisin Bran, I used to cut
Feel me
bananas
one time,
and put
nigga.
that shit in there. That shit was bust.
That's a bar.
Nah,
nigga.
he's definitely
Niggas gonna
not
watch
lying.
that back and be like, yo, this nigga really think like a rapper. Like, that was a bar, bro. Stop fucking with me.
Nigga, Razor Brand about to hit you up like, yo.
Hold on.
Yo, we can get a jingle going on there.
We have
You
a
know what I'm
sponsor in
saying?
27 years.
I'm
Kids
tagging
gonna
him.
be in my DMs
Tagging
in
him.
20 minutes. Like, yo, bro, I need 10%.
Tagging these niggas. Fuck that shit.
Watch.
Hey,
I
yo.
know it.
Nah, I think we probably been going for like an hour.
Yeah.
This shit is
Nah,
hilarious. This shit is hilarious.
Let everybody know what's next, man. What's next?
He's not telling us. He said he's just gonna
Nah,
do it.
it's not even I'm not telling niggas, bro. Like, there's a
Nah, he
lot
can't
of
tell
work
us.
coming.
That's how you get him. That's how you get him.
I got a lot of niggas with me. I got a lot of work coming. So on top of what I got coming, I'm excited for that. You feel what I'm saying? By all means necessary is out right now. Make sure you fucking cop that shit. Niggas don't cop CDs no more. Make sure you add that shit to your playlist. You know what I'm saying? Watch out for F&L. Watch out for MOR. Watch out for motherfucking Scotty P. You know what I'm saying? Watch out for the Gazas. Watch out for .com P. All of the Gazas, you feel me? Like, we putting in work, all this shit. Shout out to Tunnel Vision.
Of course.
I don't know why y'all gave me this motherfucker.
Nigga, you grabbed the ball and flipped it up.
Yo, but
We just did.
again,
Shout out to DKO.
Hey.
You feel me? Like, bro, it's vibes, nigga. Like, it's a bunch of work coming. It's a bunch of work coming, bro. Like, cuss words about to get back on his ball.
Yeah,
Because
nigga.
if you're not, I'm gonna put him in a headlock with his big ass.
I already told you, man. Like, this nigga drop, yo, fam. You know, like, this is my cousin, like, for real, nigga.
Yeah,
Like,
dog.
you understand what I'm saying? So, like, man, we grew up together. You know how many songs, like, you know, this is 2 albums. I'm not jacking that again. So,
He been on my back.
I'm not jacking that again.
Yeah, you heard him.
Second time was my fault. You know what I mean? I had to, you know what I mean, take a little trip or whatever. But like, nigga, like, this is 2. I'm not missing it.
he's like, fuck that, nigga.
Hey.
nigga.
Man.
Once
Shout
again,
out to the whole motherfucking team, bro. Red Dogs.
It's been a pleasure, bro.
Sticks, Showtime, Home Beats, Tunnel Vision.
Yeah, big shout out to
You
Home
feel what I'm
Base.
saying? Like, everybody that's behind me. DJ Punch, fuck what we talking about, nigga. Like, we on time. Shout out to Chase Clothing Company. You feel what I'm saying? Sponsor the podcast today.
yes, sir.
We on it.
Hey, let them know where to find you at. Your social medias one last time, Brody. Before we close
Find
up
me on
live.
all social media, THEMC_CEZ.
And you already know. You're a little nice right now. You already know. Sipping another fucking episode. G Honcho, representing Talking Sound, representing Mass Coalition, off the Castle Baby, with my big-headed brother.
It's your boy Mega Magic. And you know.
I don't know why he says that after every episode. That's just mad old. But yeah, we out of here. Nigga. Bye.